Okay, let's do this links 1 assignment now. It is due on Thursday at 10 as usual. This project is going to force you to make a number of different kinds of links. And in my instructions, I may also go over some things about relative links too, although you're not going to have to do too much with it yet. But you better start learning it. I suggest you review the links chapter thoroughly, pay special attention to relative links and how they work. In the back of the chapters, you'll notice there's always a test yourself area, and I encourage you to use that. Okay, so the overall instructions are to make a project folder. There's the name, a root folder within it. That's great. Or you could make an originals folder too, sitting in the project folder. You won't really use it, I don't think, but it never hurts. Remember, the root folder is going to be the thing that you zip and put up on Moodle. There's going to be a number of things in it this time. Within the root folder, download the PSU logo from Moodle resources. And it is there in the folder. Just do a right click and download that into your root folder. Go find your cover letter file. Remember the one that you had made with the silhouette? I want you to go get that and the silhouette and paste those both into your root folder also. So I guess the first thing I say here anyway, the first thing to do is to make the links page. It's going to be a from scratch HTML page. And I tell you what to title it. And I tell you how to give it an H1 and then a paragraph and a list that follows it. Let's take a look at the version that I'm working on at this time. This is it here. And what does it look like right now? Okay, I gave it a title. Of course, you're going to start with a blank. Hopefully at this point you really have seen how much of a time saver it would be to make a blank mandatory minimum structure HTML5 page, and that's what you started with. You're going to put your own information in here. You'll put your name and the links I'm looking at, and then a paragraph that says, here are some links I've been visiting lately, and then a list. Your list is going to be different than mine. In fact, I ask you to make a list of 3 to 5 things. I only really have 2, and then the note to have make more. Then I ask you to make another paragraph. Of course, I've also been spending some time on the SUNY Plattsburgh website. Good. And then there's a last paragraph that says, back to about me. So let's go ahead and do some work on this. So we're going to make some links in this list, first of all. This list is supposed to be some websites that you've been visiting lately. These are mine. You've got to get your own, right? So that means I'm going to make this, the overheard in the newsroom is going to be the visible linked text. Well, how will I format that? Remember, it's href equals quotation mark, right? And this in here is where the URL is going to go. And then I'm going to close the A. Okay, that will make a link, but we have to say where to go. So I'm going to go to the overheard in the newsroom website itself, and this is what it looks like. I've always enjoyed this website. It's a lot of insider talk in newsrooms. So I'm going to actually come right up here, right in my URL bar here, my web address bar. I'm going to select it. I'm going to copy it with a Control-C, or you can do a right-click copy, same thing, right? And I'm going to go back to Notepad++. I'm going to paste that in there. Pasting from a browser URL window is fine. It's good. Good idea. You'll get it right. Pasting from a My Computer window, like this one, this field up here, that's bad. Don't do that. Okay, here we go. How about my Jack's Drills Lounge on Facebook? Here's a website I think maybe you'd like to go to and learn about. I have to open up my Facebook first. It's going to take just a minute. And this is a Facebook group that I manage. And I encourage you to join it if you wish to talk about or learn about general journalism information and discussions and so on. I post more often than other people. A number of other people post. Former students are now working out in newspapers and magazines and TV stations and so on post and so on. Okay, so I grabbed the link, I copied it, and here I go. I got to do my A. href equals quotation mark. I paste it in there. I'm going to close my A after the visible text. All right, I'm going to save that. You have to do more than those. I just did 2. Let's see what does this look like now. There it is. There's my links. I'll make it bigger so you can see better. Okay. And what happens if I click on one of them? I go there. And I can go back again. And it's opening right in this window. I'm not using a target to make it open in a new window. The next exercise, you'll have to use a target. And you'll do more of them. Now I have some text that says, of course, I've also been spending some time on the SUNY Plattsburgh website. Well, I want to make the word SUNY Plattsburgh go to the SUNY Plattsburgh website. How would you do that? You should have an idea at this point, right? I'm going to make my ahref, quotation mark, and then around the SUNY Plattsburgh, word SUNY Plattsburgh, close the A, and where I'm going to get this information here, you should get that idea by now, right? I could just go to the SUNY Plattsburgh website right here, copy it, and go stick it in there. Great. And that has now made that visible text. Here comes the harder part. Let's look at that so you can see. There it is. Now I want to put an image in here, and I want to link the image. So where's the image going to go? It's going to go right after the word website. So right there. Right? We haven't learned more about image presentation. We'll get to that when we get into CSS. So we're going to put an image here. Remember how to put an image in? IMG SRC equals quotation marks. And it's nice to do alt text. Get into the habit. This is going to be the SUNY Plattsburgh logo. This is the file you downloaded, right? And here we go. And that's what's going to go in here. This is going to be the path to that file. Well, what is the path to that file? Let's go to, here's my root folder. Inside it, I have 4 things. You're going to end up with 4 things. The cover letter file, you should have pasted in here. I made this new links file. You have to make a new links file. I'm working in mine. The man GIF, you might have the woman one. This is the silhouette image. And here's the file I downloaded, the PSU PNG. A word about PNGs. Make sure you just download them. Don't open them. If your PNGs are acting weird, chances are you clicked on it and opened it. It'll open up in Fireworks, which is a graphics program, which is fine, except we're not editing it. And once they open up in Fireworks, then they can act weird. So don't open it, just leave it there. So what is it? Well, it's in the same folder as my file. So I can just give the name, psu.png. That's the entire path. Great. Let's see what that looks like. There's the logo. Fantastic. But what happens if I click on it? Nothing, because I didn't make it a link yet. How do you make it a link? This same stuff I used before, the same ahref, can go around my image. See, I got the ahref linking to SUNY Plattsburgh. There's my image, and I close the A after it. Is this easier to see if I break it out a little bit for you? Some spaces. See, I open my A as my ahref. I have my image, and I close my A, and then the paragraph closes. That's how it works. It's the same idea as a regular link, except it links around the image. Let's look at that. Now I click on this, I go there. Yep, there we go. I go back again. Now I want to go to a different page. I want to go to a page, the page which was called, in my case, it's called Cover Letter Downs. Yours is going to be called something else. Whatever the page is called, it should be sitting there, right in your folder. I have links 1 downs, and I have cover letter downs. It's right there. All I need is the name of it. Okay, great. What am I linking to? I want the words about me to be the link. And I say back to, so I've got plenty of information there. ahref equals, this is a relative link. It's not a URL, it's just a path. The path in this case is just the file name because it's sitting right there, right beside it. Close the A. What is the path? You have to know the name. You better, and if you're not sure, go check and make sure you got the name. There we go. So I'm going to run this. I made a link here, and when I click on it, I go to this page. Very good. And now I want to make another link here, which I should have prepared better and eliminated that earlier. Okay, so here to visit, see websites I've been reading lately, visit my links page. Okay, so, and let's just go back here and try that again. So this is how that page should have looked without the links already linked. Okay, so what am I going to do? Can you make a guess? I'm not going to do this for you, but the words links page need to be linked back to this other page. What's that other page? It's called, in my case, links1-downs. So you're going to make a relative link to go back there. So you'll be able to go back and forth, from one page to the other. And you got to make sure all those links work. Yeah, I might as well do this right now because I got to do something else in there. And this is called links1. I think that's what it's called. And if that's not what it's called, then it's not going to work. There it is, and I go back and forth. Okay, now that is the end of the exercise. So you should make sure all that works for you. Of course, you're not going to have my page, you're going to have your own page. And then zip up that folder and submit it in Moodle. Now let me tell you about something else, about these relative links. What would happen if, and you can try this on a copy of your folder if you wish. I think that would be fine. In fact, it would be good practice. I'm in my file here. Maybe I'll do it with this one, which is already complete. What would happen if I make a subfolder? And I'm going to call this folder images. And I'm going to take both of these images and put them in that folder. That sounds fine, right? What happens if I open up this file? Guess what? It's gone. My image is gone. Why is that? Well, let's go to my links page. Guess what? My image is gone too. It's not there. Why? It can't find them anymore. I moved them. Let's go even further. What happens if I make another folder and I call this pages, and I move, let's say, this cover letter page in there. Now if I open this up and I run it, great, and I click on that, it can't find it. How come? Because it's been moved. So what do we do about something like that? This makes it a more complicated path. In this case, it doesn't just go to cover letter, it goes to pages/cover letter. It's a more complicated relative path. And the image, which is, where is it? IMG, SRC, PSU. It's not PSU logo, PSU.png anymore. Now it's images/. I hope that's what I called it though. Yeah, images and pages. Good. So I'm going to save that. And let's go into the other one. Inside here is a folder called cover letter. We'll edit that also. The problem here is going to be this link right here. It has to go up a level, right? Up to another level of folder. Do // And let's try these and see if they work. Oh, I didn't change that link yet either, did I? Here we go. I don't have a minute to do this. This is now not man.gif, it's now images/. So, hold on just a second. Actually, that's not just images/, it's // images/. There, that's back. I go to that page, that image is there, and it still works. So, try putting things in different folders and see if you can still make those links work. It's a great way to practice relative links.